What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here, and I hope each of you are well and blessed. We're so excited to have you at our 2023 Village Empowerment Town Hall meeting. This is great. This is excellent. And I'm so glad each of you are here. If this is your first time coming across our channel, if someone invited you to be a part of this, maybe you don't know me, maybe you're not familiar with our congregation, with our village, I want to welcome you here. I am Dr. Joe. I'm the author and founder of the 40-Day Turn Up and the Journey 3.0 Plus process, the world's greatest transformational process. And I'm also the pastor of Salem Bible Church, Atlanta and Stonecrest, the greatest church this side of heaven. And I'm so blessed and glad that each of you have taken the time to join us on tonight. Now, I'm big on value, and I personally believe that whenever I am going live, whenever I'm having a conversation, whenever I want to corral or attempting to corral people to listen to what it is that I have to say, to we have to say, or to something, organization, institution that I represent, when I'm bringing people together, it is always as a result to bring each of you who are watching some immediate value. And that's exactly what we're going to do on today. So once again, I want to welcome you for being here on today and let you know how glad and happy I am that you are here. On today, I've got a special guest, Dr. Karen Citizen Wilcox, and she is going to join me in a few moments. I'm going to bring her on, and we're going to have a great conversation, and I want you guys to just come along for the ride. We're going to have a conversation, and you're going to see the value that you're going to have access very, very soon. So let me introduce my special guest, Dr. Karen Citizen Wilcox. How you doing, Dr. K?
I'm great, Dr. Joe. How are you?
I'm doing just fantastic. I always love when we have an opportunity to get a chance to speak. We've done this once before, and the outcome was just tremendous. And I don't want to spoil it. So I want to take some time to introduce you to the people. Tell the people who you are, something about what you do, and then we'll kick off our conversation.
Okay. Well, I am Dr. Karen Citizen Wilcox, and I am a member of the greatest church on earth, Salem Bible Church, pastored by our senior pastor, Dr. Joe. I am a deacon there. I am actually one of the deacon coordinators, me and my husband. So we do a lot of service in the church and around the church. One of the opportunities that I've been blessed with is to provide information, to provide resources regarding health. So Pastor Joe is big on health. You know that. That's why you're here. He's big on the things that get us to perfect health. And in this opportunity, we are able to provide free biometric screenings to all of the individuals who want to take part in that. And that's what we're going to talk about today, Blueprint for Wellness.
Excellent. Well, let's rewind a little bit before we get to that. You know, Dr. Karen, we have had, when COVID came, it just, the world halted. And I'm kind of going back to COVID because that's kind of where we started, essentially, with kind of increasing our awareness and trying to do what we could do in the community. What do you feel? How do you feel COVID impacted the world from your vantage point? Because I know you're really entrenched into it. What are your thoughts?
Yes. So, as most people know, we were unprepared
Yeah.
for the great impact that COVID had on the world as a whole. And as African Americans, we were impacted perhaps more than any other a group of people. And that was due a lot of times to the fact that we had underlying health conditions.
Mhm.
And so those underlying health conditions exasperated COVID. So when we got the opportunity through United Way to come in and to provide information, it was specifically targeted to the African American and the Hispanic communities because, of course, as I said, we had all of the underlying health conditions, but we also had something else. We had a mistrust of anything that the government came out with that was dealing with our health. We had a mistrust of vaccines. We had a mistrust of the testing. And because of that, we weren't taking opportunities to be tested. And when the vaccination was available, we weren't getting in line to be vaccinated. In fact, we had testing centers and vaccination centers in our community, and our Caucasian brothers and sisters were coming into our communities to get tested and to get vaccinated because they could not get any testing times or vaccination times in their own communities. So United Way was like, we have got to do something. And they came and asked Salem Bible Church if they would participate in getting out information, truthful information, if we would do an education campaign, if we would set up testing in our churches, in our communities, so that we could provide information, we could get people to come in, ask any questions that they had, and that we would have the experts available, the subject matter experts that could speak to any concerns. The big thing was the Tuskegee experiment. And we often told people in Tuskegee and in that experiment, they were not providing people with the correct medication. They were doing placebos. So they were really experimenting on our people by not giving them the necessary medicine that was available. So we were able to take some of those miscommunications, some of the myth that was out there, and we were really able to do a fascinating job by providing what we could in the education department. We held numerous testing events and vaccination events, and literally 100% of our church is vaccinated. Yeah. And they were able to get the testing. So this is how we got started. It all came out of COVID. Yeah. It all came out of wanting to make sure that our people had everything available and necessary to them so that they could get tested and they could get the vaccinations against COVID, so that we could get our community healthy. We could get our community where they had any information they needed and that they would trust the system, so to speak, to be able to come out and do what was necessary for their health.
Now, that's great. And that's a great point for me to jump in. Speaking on health, and the reason why I wanted to start with COVID was not only is that how the journey started, but you said something that was very, very key. And this is what I hope all of our participants who are watching this live or who are watching this archived hear. And you said that one of the reasons why, we as people of color, African Americans and Hispanic Americans, suffered in many instances more than our Caucasian brothers and sisters due to comorbidities, due to having hypertension, heart disease, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, etc. And when you talk about that, we also know that individuals who have and who had were more obese, more comorbidities, suffered from death and hospitalization during COVID more than those who were not. So it brings to the forefront of our conversation the importance of being healthy, the importance of knowing where you stand. And the only way to do that, as you and I both know, you got to know what you stand. You got to get some blood drawn. You have to use some of the great partners that we have that we'll soon talk about. So what I would love for you to talk about are our partners who are working with us. Let's first of all start talking about them in the program, and then we'll actually get into the actual test that people will have the opportunity to be participatory.
Okay, so our main partner is Choose Healthy Life. They are a collaborative, and their function is to ensure that all of the churches that are participating in this specific arena are on one accord, to make sure that we have all of the necessary training, we have all of the education that is necessary to provide facts to our community. So that's one of our main partners. Another partner that we have is Quest. Quest is actually doing the testing. They're actually providing all of the information, and they're going to provide you with the resources that are necessary to be able to ensure that whatever comes back from this test, you're able to take care of. And then we also partner with the MLK Senior Collaborative, who is under Choose Healthy Life. And we have our health supervisor, our health navigator supervisor, who provides us with any information that we need. She provides us with resources, and she connects all of the churches together to ensure that we do have that proper training and that we are prepared to deliver what is necessary to get the most out of the grant that has been provided to pay for all of the testing, to pay for follow-up and any other information that is necessary for the program.
Now that's awesome. Let's get into this test, because I want you all to listen. If you guys are in the greater Atlanta area, you're going to have a great, wonderful opportunity to be and participate in this screening from one of our partners that we have. And Dr. Karen, what I would love for you to do is let's talk about the actual offering. Talk to them about what the screening is and what it looks for. And let's just back into it, because I really want people to see the full value of what they will be offered. Then we'll get into how and all of those things.
Okay, so what Quest calls this is Blueprint for Wellness. I mentioned it earlier, and it is a blood draw. It is just a simple blood draw. There are some things that you will need to do. You need to fast 8 to 10 hours prior. You need to drink a lot of water the day before you test. If you are pregnant or if you are diabetic, they don't require you to fast. There were some issues the last time, and they realized that we need to let certain people eat. But basically what they do is they'll draw your blood, nothing that most people have not done before. And out of that blood draw, they will provide you with what Pastor Joe and I feel is just an unbelievable document. It's a 30+ page booklet, and it will provide you, of course, with your complete blood count. It will provide you with the metabolic pieces that are interesting, and not only interesting but valuable to you, so that you know your complete health. Everything that's going on in your body, your blood tells. So the story of your body comes through your blood. So you will know if you are pre-diabetic. You will know if you are pre-stroke, in pre-stroke syndrome. You will know if your arteries are at the effect of being clogged, as we say. So they will go through every single thing, and they will give you a point value. So it's a 5-point value system, and they'll tell you if you are 4 and above, you're in pretty good health, but here are some things that you need to do, some things you need to take care of. If you're a 5 of 5, they will come back and say you're in great health, but we want you to look at this and make sure you pay attention to this. And it's easy to understand. Many times we get things from our physicians and we don't have a clue really what's being said. It's like, okay, all these big words, as Pastor Joe will tell you.
Am I living or dying? You don't know.
Exactly. What is this, right? But this is not going to be that. You will be able to read this book from page 1 to page 31, 32, and fully understand every single thing that's going on in your body. And it gives you like tidbits and healthy hints, and you need to do this and take care of this and be mindful of this. And on the very last page, they will give you a sheet that you can actually clip out and take to your physician and share with your physician. It's the most comprehensive biometric test that I've ever taken. I worked for the government for 30 years, and we took a physical every single year. And we got one sheet, and most times I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. I just looked for that thing that said, okay, you're good or you're not. But this testing is just so comprehensive that it will keep you going back and forth to the book. Like, I need to take a look at this. They said I need to do this. I need to do that. It's just so easy to understand. And it's a comprehensive test. So it's a complete physical of everything that's going on in your body. I just can't believe they do it for free, but they do.
I agree. And salute to all of our partners, Choose Healthy Life, Quest, to all of the partners that you mentioned. We're very, very thankful, because this is a great offering for people. Now, I want to go back to what you said, because I participated in our former class earlier this year when we did it the first time. And when I got my booklet, to your point, and when everyone gets their booklet, they're so just flabbergasted as to the comprehensiveness of it. So much so that doctors who actually saw it were like, where did you get this from? I mean, and I think it's something that wouldn't cost a person hundreds of dollars, but probably close to thousands of dollars in terms of how, how detailed it is, and how you can look at your metabolic numbers. You can look at your liver function, your kidney function, and it really helps you to see where you are and what you need to work on. And that's what I love about it. Now, let's talk about, for the individuals who are in the greater Atlanta area. If someone, Dr. Karen, is watching this, they're in the greater Atlanta area, I want you to talk to them about when the next event is and how they need to move forward to register and what that looks like. Let's move out of, we know it's going to be all that. Let's get into how they can be a part.
Okay. So on Saturday, September 30th, it's a Saturday, the last Saturday in September.
September 30th, 2023, just in case, right?
Yes, this year.
This year.
From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we will be doing a Blueprint for Wellness event at our church, Salem Bible Church, our Stonecrest campus, which is 5460 Hillendale Drive, Stonecrest, Georgia. So on that Saturday, we will be there from 10 to 2 doing the blood draw with Quest. They will be there. They will have all of their staff out there. They will get you in, get you out as fast as possible. We ask for your patience because this event is huge for Salem. There are lots of people that participate. They have cut us off because Dr. Joe can bring in more people than they can handle in one day. So we are asking that you will get a code here that you will be able to register. We can only take the first 200 people who register. So you will see the code. Pastor Joe will put it in here in the chat for you, and you will be able to register doing that here in the chat. So we will provide instructions for anybody that might need, physical instructions. We will provide those also in the chat. And so you can just kind of look there, and usually try to do a QR code, which is simple, but we understand not everybody understands how to access the QR code. Right. So we will provide additional information.
So let me echo what you just said. So as you all can see on the screen, September 30th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Salem Bible Church, Stonecrest location. All right, we got 2 locations, Salem Bible Church Atlanta, and then we have Salem Bible Church Stonecrest. If you go to our website at salembiblechurch.org, you will be able to see the exact address to the Stonecrest location. Once again, it is the Stonecrest location. If you are watching this and you're in the greater Atlanta area and you want to be a part, all you have to do is look in the description of this video. YouTube, this is on YouTube. If you look below in the description, it'll be a link. That link is going to go to a page or some type of information type of sheet that's going to take your information and it's going to register you. Now, Dr. Karen, I know when we did it earlier this year, we had so many people that it was a bottleneck, but I believe this year, when we hit a certain number, anything above that, can you talk to them about how they'll be able to go to different locations? Can you talk about that?
Certainly. So as I said, Quest has capped Salem Bible Church at 200 people for the actual September 30th event. But because they know from our events in the past that we have more than 200 people that want to participate, they offer what's called Patient Service Center appointments. We call them PSC events.
Patient Service Center appointments.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically what we'll do is we'll have a QR code. We'll have other information for you. And what you do is you go to directly a Quest page and you put in the Blueprint for Wellness, and we'll do that. We'll have that also here for you, Pastor Joe. And what they do at that point is you sign up. It'll walk you through being able to sign up to go to a patient service center. And it'll get the center that is closest to the home address that you put in. So that way you may not be able to join us on the 30th, but you will still be able to get the exact same thing that everybody who will join us on the 30th will get. We'll send you out to a patient service center. They will do a blood draw, and in 2 to 3 weeks, you will receive the same type of information that people who are coming to the event on the 30th will get. You'll get the booklet. It'll be just as comprehensive, and you'll be able to fully understand what you get, just as everyone that's coming to the Blueprint for Wellness event will get. One caveat: you must be 18 years of age or older. They cannot and will not do a Blueprint for Wellness draw on anyone that's under the age of 18.
So let's hit some of the high points. Saturday, September the 30th, 2023, at Salem Bible Church Stonecrest location from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Correct.
If a person wants to know exactly where Salem Bible Church Stonecrest location is located, you can visit our website at salembiblechurch.org. If you're looking to register to be a part of one of those 200 persons, look in the description of this particular video. You'll see a link. It'll go to a page. It'll help you register. If and when we hit the cap, there'll be information so you all can go to one of these centers that'll be close to where it is that you live. That means that even if you're not within that number of 200, as what Dr. K is saying, you'll still be able to be participatory. Now, I also want them to know, Dr. K, you have to be 18 years of age or older. Excuse me. You have to be 18 years of age or older to participate. But also, we want them to know that once they register, that system is going to communicate with them things that they need to know, like updates. Is that how it works?
Correct. So you will receive an email. So make sure you place your correct email address.
Right.
Sometimes we're typing really fast and we miss one letter.
Right.
And it's going to send the information to whatever email address that you put in. So make sure that your email address is correct. You will receive an email verifying that you are registered. This is your time. And the same thing for your PSC. If you end up at a PSC, the system will automatically provide you an email to let you know that you are registered, what day you need to show up. And the one that's going to actually come to the church will tell you the things like I've said. You need to fast 8 to 10 hours. You need to drink plenty of water. And the reason that is important is because it helps your blood to flow easier. It helps your veins to open up so they can find your veins. We've had problems with people who don't drink water, don't drink enough fluid. And instead of taking 6 minutes, it's taking 16 to 20, 25 minutes, because what they'll try to do is work with you if you're there to get your blood flowing, to be able to do a draw. But we don't want to take any more time than what's necessary. So that is why we ask you to fully hydrate the day before you come out for the test.
Yeah, that's so true, because it makes it so much harder, to your point, for them to, extract the blood as it needs to. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, and we'll wrap this up, is once our participants either come on the 30th of September or they go to one of the centers, how long should they expect to get their booklet?
Okay. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get the booklet because it's a printed document. So it takes a couple of weeks to get the booklet. It will go to whatever physical address that you place in the information. When you're registering, it's going to take your address, your phone number, your email address. So you have to make sure that you accurately place those things in the system. So you will get that book. You won't have to call anyone for it. It will show up in your mailbox. But the good thing is that because they take your email address, it takes about a week for them to do the full diagnosis on your blood draw. So about a week after you do that blood draw, you should also receive an email with the exact same information that's going to be in the booklet. But most people like to hold on to the book because you can go back and forth easier than just going up and down in the email. But a week I'd say a week after you take the blood draw, you should get the email that's sharing with you all of the information that's necessary. And then 2 to 3 weeks after you do the blood draw, you'll get the physical book in the mail.
So, gang, be certain you put the right email address. Check, double check, triple check. Be certain you put the right address there. Be certain you remember the address that you put down there. And I actually have, this is my wife, this is Lynette's book. We did this, we both did it back in February 2023. And it's a personalized, it says, Lynette, here are the results and personalized action plan from your screening, February 25th, 2023, Blueprint for Wellness, Quest Diagnostic. And it goes into great detail. Diabetes risk, all right, liver health. Look at all of these like graphs to where how, illustrative they are. It goes into the different functions of your liver. It has, what else we got here? Thyroid health, heart health, a place for you to write notes down at the bottom. We can see that. It's got kidney health, physical measures, other health factors. It's bone health. I mean, guides to cooking healthier food choices, steps to healthier lifestyle with weight management, nutrition, exercise, stress. It gives you health resources, different websites for you to contact. I mean, Dr. K, I mean, it talks about good fats and bad fats and how to shop healthier, preventative screenings. I mean, everything you could ever want is within this book. And I'm so thankful and glad for all of our partners, for our church, and for you being our health navigator, Dr. Karen, that we have this opportunity to provide this for the people. And they don't have to have, what if I don't have insurance? Can I still participate, Dr. Karen?
Yes, you can. They will not ask you for any information related to insurance.
What about my copay? Do I have to have a copay?
Zero. It's free.
How cool is that? What a great offering. What a great way for us to make a difference. Thank you, Dr. Karen, for being a part. Once again, gang, September 30th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Salem Bible Church, Stonecrest location. If you want more information, you can go to salembiblechurch.org. If you want to register for this event, look in the description of this particular video. Go to it. You can be one of the 200. If you're not one of the 200, we'll still have a place for you to be participatory. You'll be able to go to a Quest center or a testing center that is near you. All of that will be laid out. We'll have all the information in the description so you guys can be a part. Dr. K, thank you for being a part. We love you and appreciate you. Are there any closing remarks that you feel that you need to make?
I just think that whoever wants to do it on the 30th, you need to jump in quick so that you can actually be out there. Because guess what? Sometimes Dr. Joe shows up. Sometimes Lady Lynette shows up. So you get to meet them in person.
Don't be there, right? Well, you are too kind. Well, Dr. Karen, thank you for your time. It's been great. And I can't wait because I know that September the 30th is going to be another great event. And I can't wait for it. Thank you for taking the time to be with us on tonight.
Thank you all.
All right. Be blessed. Bye-bye. Good night, gang.